Coming up on Mountain News this morning, an Appalachian organization was awarded millions to develop the mountain economy. And one initiative wants to show Kentuckians everywhere the benefit of eating healthy.
Dedicated to Eastern and Southern Kentucky, this is WYMT Mountain News This Morning.
Good morning, I'm Madison Carmouche. We are coming up on 5 o'clock this morning, and I was just telling meteorologist Tim Drawbridge, at least it's not Monday. Let's send it over to him for a look at your forecast this morning.
I know, it's Tuesday, and we've still got a few more days to go until you can really get the finish line in sight, right? 64, got some fog issues across the region, not as dense as it was yesterday morning as we promised. And don't worry, this will be burning off as we head into the 8 o'clock hour. Temperature-wise, we're at 64, the coolest spot right now here in eastern and southern Kentucky across the state line, a bit cooler toward Clintwood at 62. Good morning, Irvin. You're at 67. Satellite weather composite, some fringe effects from Debbie with some high clouds trying to stream in from the east and southeast. Otherwise, our focus right now over the next 24 hours is a boundary that will be dropping down, and this may pose a shower threat overnight tonight into tomorrow morning regarding a shower threat I-64 points north. In the meantime, the fog and the low clouds will burn off to a lot of sunshine. It'll be hot, muggy today, and a high in hazard to 92. More about your first alert, the ARH First Alert 7-day forecast, coming up in a few moments. Madison?
All right, Tim, thank you. A new report from the London Times says former Kentucky Governor Matt Bevin sent one of his adopted children to an abusive boarding school in Jamaica. Bevin sent his son Noah to a facility in Florida after losing in 2019 to Governor Beshear. Last year, Noah went to Jamaica's Atlantic Leadership Academy. 5 of the school's employees were arrested in April for child cruelty and assault. Back in 2017, Bevin hosted a forum asking state leaders to rethink the foster care system in Kentucky.
But I want to challenge you and everybody in the judicial system to rethink why, for example, we bend over backwards too often to restore children back into a situation that is bad for them. I don't care if the person in that home is related to them or not. And we have got to rethink this.
After the forum, the Bevins, who have since divorced, spoke to our sister station at length about foster care and adoption in Kentucky, calling it a tough to navigate. That's why the couple said they decided to adopt their children from a different country. The United States Economic Development Administration awarded Shaping Our Appalachian Region, or SOAR, approximately $40 million for regional economic development. The Eastern Kentucky Runway Recompete Plan, created by SOAR, is one of the 6 plans to receive money. The goal is to give the economy a much-needed boost following the decline of the coal industry. Congressman Hal Rogers released a statement saying, quote, "We have the best workforce in the country with individuals who take great pride in their skills. Given the work ethic of our region, this grant could be a game changer in the hands of SOAR, an organization already shaping a brighter future in Kentucky's Appalachian region. They are readily able to connect our people to the training and resources they need," end quote. Governor Andy Beshear provided a statement about the $40 million investment, which will connect Eastern Kentuckians to resources and training for good jobs. Here it is, part of it, quote, "The people of Eastern Kentucky mined the coal that powered our country through 2 world wars and helped build the strongest middle class the world has ever seen. We're grateful to the Biden-Harris administration for prioritizing investment in our region and our people." FEMA set up a disaster recovery center in Corbin to help people who suffered losses during severe storms in May. From Monday through Saturday, FEMA employees will be walking people through the application process. People can earn up to $500,000 in home repair funds.
You want to build back better. You may not realize, the dangers of the water coming in and everything, with possibility of mold and mildew buildup. So, FEMA offers a lot of advice about how to deal with that kind of thing.
After completing the application process, people will have to do an at-home inspection in order to determine how much help you will receive. The Disaster Recovery Center is open at Redline Fire Truck Sales from 10 in the morning until 7 in the evening. Some Kentuckians are preparing to send crews to Georgia and Florida to assist with relief efforts in the wake of Tropical Storm Debbie. Kentucky Electric Cooperative is just one of the organizations from Kentucky on standby to head to the southeast. The American Red Cross Bluegrass Chapter and Lexington-based company Emergency Disaster Services are also ready to step in. Kentucky Utilities is sending 50 of their people down to help.
You do not rebuild a electric system in water. The same way as the winds would come in with a hurricane and take trees down and take power poles down and power lines down, well, water can have that same effect. And so after that storm surge subsides, that's when our crews can go in and try to rebuild the system.
When Hurricane Idalia hit in 2023, with a track similar to Debbie's, Kentucky Electric Cooperative sent crews to South Carolina and Georgia, and crews say they are ready to do it again. The Kentucky Department of Agriculture Commissioner Jonathan Schell visited a pop-up farmers market at Hazard ARH, where he did a proclamation for Farmers Market Week. WYMT's Caroline Mueller tells us about a new initiative the Agriculture Department is helping to launch.
The Kentucky Department of Agriculture is joining forces with the Kentucky Hospital Association and ARH to launch the Food is Medicine initiative, a campaign that focuses on showing Kentuckians the connection between food and healthier living.
We've got the best farmers and the best ag products in the entire world right here in Kentucky. What we've got to do is focus more on the end user, how we're actually marketing that, getting it to that end product to where that profitability is at its maximum point in Kentucky.
The state's Ag Commissioner Jonathan Schell sat down with Steve Hensley, where he expanded on plans for the initiative.
The first one is around our cafeterias. How do we get more fresh food in our cafeterias for our patients and their families? How do we affect their vending and commissaries for more readily available consuming foods? And then one that I think is going to be the most interesting and long-lasting is around post-patient care. How do we deal more with well care rather than sick care?
A task force has been formed, and they are thinking about what post-patient care could look like.
And so looking at how can we get fresh foods available through food boxes that could potentially be prescribed by a doctor to get into their hands.
Schell says the various aspects of the initiative will be something that takes time, but it starts with getting fresh, local food on everyone's table and spreading awareness about the benefits that come with it. In Hazard, Caroline Mueller, WYMT Mountain News.
More about Food is Medicine can be found on our website, WYMT.com. Thanks for getting your day started with us here on Mountain News this morning. Still to come, lawmakers at the nation's capital are trying to protect consumers with more security for payment apps.
As Madison likes to say, our friend the fog is visiting again this morning. How long does this last and how hot does it get this afternoon? We'll let you know. Your first alert 7-day forecast is coming up as your WYMT Mountain Morning News continues.